And Randy, final week of the season. It's my favorite football week of the season because it's rivalry week, and we come down to Poinsett County on Thursday night as they traditionally have this game. The Mark Tree Indians coming over about 10, 11 miles to take on the East Poinsett County Warriors.
You got to love those close rivalries and the games that mean more than just standings, mean more than just playoff implications. You got to love that when there's history, and this one is one of those.
Well, they call it the Tomahawk Trophy. It's the first time they're going to unveil that tonight, I believe, and winner will take that home. But as you've said, it's all about pride tonight. Specifically, EPC has a lot to play for in terms of they've already got a share of the conference, but they obviously want to be outright champions.
Well, anytime you get to this point in the season, if you're a great football team like EPC is, you don't look forward. You look at this week, and you don't have to look farther when there's that foe across from you that is a rival, and you know that winning this game means undefeated conference, outright conference championship. That goes a long way for the memories you're going to make and for the history that this senior class has established.
All right, well, we are going to go ahead and send it to our coaches show. I sat down with Brandon Powell. He talks about his team, tonight's game, this rivalry, and talks a little bit maybe into the future of what's ahead here at East Poinsett County. So stay tuned. We'll have live action at 7 o'clock, but watch the coaches show here on the NEA Sports Network.
Now, the Coaches Show on NEA Sports Network.
I want to welcome everyone to our Coaches Show here with Coach Brandon Powell, the EPC Warriors coach. Y'all are having a fascinating season so far. Another great year, just like you've had in the past. Talk to us a little bit about the successes you've had here at East Poinsett County so far.
We've had really talented kids along, so, that really helps a lot. Those kids get out there and they play hard, and usually we're one of the more athletic teams on the field, so it helps. We use that and get guys in space, and they do a good job of making plays.
I know that the ultimate goal is to, first you win your conference, and which my understanding is that's already taken care of.
Or at least a share of it.
Share of it.
The one seed.
Yes, and then the next goal, obviously, for you guys is to move on and try to go as far as you can and get back to Little Rock. So talk to us about just trying to manage that, and also, you want to take it a game at a time. I know your player, but it's hard, I'm sure, for those players looking ahead sometimes.
Right. Well, the season started with us ranked number 1 in a lot of different polls, so there's a lot of pressure on those kids, and so I know they're looking at that and seeing that. So we kind of went into this year as a mentality of win the day and win the week. So we want to be 1-0 every week. That's our goal. So we've kind of had that mentality from the get-go, and we're going to maintain that throughout the season and the playoffs, and try to be 1-0 on Friday and worry about next week.
If you would, just talk to us a little bit about this ball game coming up tonight.
Like I said, I think playing a Thursday night game is pretty cool because you get out of town, people showing up, people that are playing on Friday show up and watch the ball game. So it creates a good environment, good atmosphere, and the rivalry itself is kids are 10 miles apart. It's been really good games and a lot on the line. So like I said, it's a fun game to play. It's a fun game to prepare for.
I'll say this: 2 years ago, we were here and broadcasted, and I felt the atmosphere at about 6 o'clock when I arrived, and there was just something about it, something about the environment. You could just tell there was an intensity, and to me, from a football standpoint, I've covered a lot of rivalry games. I really think this is the best one, man.
That one was really fun itself. Double overtime game. It's a walk-off score to win it, and it was for the 1 seed and home playoff. So that one was a really fun game. I'm glad we came on the right side of it.
As the game kind of continued to, as you said, went into 2 overtimes, and I think Dennis at that point just kind of was like, all right, give me the football, and I don't think you had any problem with that.
Right.
But one thing that I noticed was is that so many, that was already kind of like this, but people in a small school, there's only so much seating, so they'll drive their trucks on up there, and they just kept coming in, because I know people were getting on those cell phones being like, you got to get here, if you're not already here for the Mark Tree EPC game, you better get here.
Right.
So it was phenomenal.
And we lost the coin toss. We chose to go in that end zone down there where everybody's at. So it really made it exciting.
It did for sure. So you obviously play Mark Tree tonight. As mentioned, a big game. Both sides, you kind of just throw records out the window,
right,
because they're going to come in here, no matter what seed, whatever they've got. At the end of the day, they want to win this football game.
Absolutely, and they're a little bit younger team this year, so they're going to try to build on something. They're going to try to build some confidence, and we're going to get their best shot. There's no doubt about that. And they're athletic enough to go make plays. So we got to bring our A game, and we got to be focused, prepared to play.
Talk to us a little bit about you guys. Let's start with the offense, and just tell us what we can expect tonight.
We try to be multiple on offense. Of course, we got two really good running backs. We're going to get them touches, get them going. But whenever we get loaded boxes and people start bringing safeties down, we got some guys that can make plays. Quincy Perry and Devin McGee have done a great job all year long. A.J. Johnson's made plays the past couple of weeks. So, once we start getting man-to-man or safeties rolled down, we're going to take our shots downfield and try to get our passing game going.
And then if you would just talk a little bit about your offensive line and what that looks like.
Those guys, all of them came back from last season, so we're really experienced up there. Caden Kimberly is our center, been a 2-year starter there. On the right side, we got Doug and Ashton Real. Those guys have been 2- and 3-year starters over there. And on the left side, we got Luke Robinson and Barry Shepard. They all played really well all year. They do a good job of creating space, and like I said, they're experienced. They make adjustments on the fly, give us a chance to run the ball well.
Now, when you're at a 2A school, typically you're going to see a lot of guys play on both sides of the ball. Talk to us a little bit about you guys from a defensive standpoint.
All those guys still play defense too. In the front line, we've kind of mixed it around a little bit, but Ashton's been playing some defensive end for us, doing a good job there. Doug and Barry play our interior defensive tackles and do a good job there. And we moved our backside defense end around. Sometimes it's Eli Blagg, sometimes it's Luke Corbin, our big 6'7" kid, and like I said, we just kind of schemed for different weeks with those guys, but they all get in there and play hard. And our linebackers, D and Jacob, our best two running backs, also play outside linebacker for us. Athletic guys that tackle well. And the secondary, those guys that play receiver play secondary for us. So AJ stepped in as a 10th grader and played really well. And of course, Quincy's played really well. He hadn't had a lot of opportunities because people don't throw at him. But, he's probably our lockdown corner, and Devin plays safety for us. And, he played hash to hash pretty well, about as good as he made in 2A. And then Hunter Thrasher, he's a one-way player for us, so he plays defensive only, so he keeps fresh legs, and he flies the football and plays hard for us.
Special teams, will we see you guys kick extra points? Are you going to go for 2? What's that look like for you guys?
Up to a couple weeks ago, we were going for 2 for the last 10 years every play. So we got a 9th grader, Jeb Holloman, that moved up, and he's kicked a lot of extra points for us the past couple of weeks. I think he kicked 6 in one game and 7 in another. So he's 7 for 9 last week and like 6 for 8 the week before. So, we got a little bit of weapon there. He's getting more experience every game. So we'll lean on him to kick a lot of extra points for us. And if we get in a situation, he'll kick field goals for us.
As far as kick returns and punt returns, who do you guys have back there?
Devin and Quincy usually handle our punt returns, and all of our skill guys, a lot of 2A teams don't kick it deep all the time. So
right,
we got a lot of guys that, return kicks, depending on where they're kicking it at.
Yeah.
So we keep D and Jacob and our skill guys out there.
Okay. And then Mark Tree, we mentioned they are younger this year, lost a lot of talent from that group last season. But again, it is this rivalry game. As we mentioned, throw it all out the window. They've got a lot to play for in terms of pride and building for next year as well. So,
right.
But tell us a little bit about them, what they're going to try to bring to the football field.
Well, one thing is they've got better every week. They got a 10th grade quarterback that's played really well, and he gets better every week. He gets more comfortable every week. So, he's got the ability to spread the football around and get guys the ball in space. So he's going to be all right. By this time of the year, he's not really a 10th grader anymore. He's got a lot of games under his belt and a lot of skilled guys everywhere. So they make you hard to defend. They really spread you out. And you got to go tackle in space. Their run game's not quite as strong as it has been, but when they spread you out, they can create space for the run game too. So.
Okay. Well, Coach, want to wish you best of luck in tonight's game, and then moving forward the rest of the season. There's nobody. I will mention it multiple times in broadcast. I love coming down here. I worked down here a long time ago. There's not a bigger EPC fan than me on Thursday or Friday night. So would love to see you guys back in Little Rock and certainly make a strong run here. Getting to host home games all the way through. So that'll be awesome as well, and hopefully we can come back from it.
We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
For 140 years, homeowners and DIYers have trusted Barton's for their home improvement needs. From small projects to remodels to building a home, our experts are here with the tools, knowledge, and advice to make your project a success. With 10 100% employee-owned locations across Northeast Arkansas and Southeast Missouri, delivery, installation, and free design services, Barton's is your trusted partner for every project. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
At Glen Sane, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
Hey, Northeast Arkansas, Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually we are. We're at the top of our game, bringing NEA incredible selection and exceptional service. To back that, Central was awarded yet again General Motors Mark of Excellence. From Chevy to Toyota, Nissan to Ford, we have the perfect ride waiting for you and the best service to get it to you. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today or shop us online.
No matter what the job calls for, contractors can count on Barton's. With your own dedicated sales representative, you'll get personalized support and accurate material takeoffs to keep your project on budget. Need flexible financing? We offer in-house accounts and financing options. Plus, take advantage of our product holding, on-site delivery, and professional installation of flooring, cabinets, and vanities. Supplying local contractors for 140 years. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you ask someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, 2 of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
Prestige Plumbing offers a wide range of residential and commercial services to meet every customer's needs. Whether it be new construction or a remodel, Prestige Plumbing is fast and efficient with the best quality service for their customers. From water leaks to slab leaks to new sewer lines or handicap showers, Prestige Plumbing should be your first call for all your plumbing needs.
Be sure to watch the NEA Sports Network as we bring you live coverage this football season. From week 0 to the playoffs, we bring you rivalries and great matchups to go along with championship coverage. Be sure to watch each game at the NEA Sports Facebook page or the NEA Sports YouTube page. NEA Sports, putting Northeast Arkansas student athletes first.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Caring Hearts Home Care Providers and the Teague Law Firm are two local businesses in Mark Tree that are proud supporters of the Mark Tree Indians, EPC Warriors, and one of Arkansas's top rivalries. Each business wishes the student athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Lepanto Crop Service, Murray and D. Henderson are here for your crop dusting needs, serving Poinsett County, Mississippi County, along with the other surrounding counties in Northeast Arkansas. Call 870-531-2223. Lepanto Crop Service. Good luck in tonight's game. Honest work, reliable service, and local roots. That's B&A Forestry. Need dirt work done right? We have you covered. Give owners Bear and April Lacefield a call at 870-514-0174. B&A Forestry. Emory Ag is a proud supporter of tonight's sports broadcast. Located in Caraway, Arkansas, Emory Ag is here for all your crop input needs. Give Travis Emory a call at 870-919-5089. Emory Ag, supporting local farmers. Hey NEA, this is Purple Rain Detail. Whether it's your daily driver, your truck, or even your farm equipment, we will make it sparkle like new again. We know how hard you work and your vehicle deserves that same care at Purple Rain Detail. We specialize in deep cleaning, polishing, and protecting, so your ride stays looking sharp and ready for the road or the field. Message us today to book your appointment and see why everyone's talking about the Purple Rain Detail shine.
At Glensane, we know extra time is hard to come by. Your hands are full, your days are packed, and time doesn't slow down. We work hard when you have a service issue. With full service centers at each of our 4 locations, we will always do our best to make it convenient for you and your busy lifestyle. Thank you for trusting our family with your family for over 70 years.
A Ritter Go-Getter gets everything done, and Ritter Gig Internet can handle a ton. You'll create art for the whole world to see, find new ways to support all your teams, and arrange new arrangements for arranging your screens. You'll game, you'll stream, you'll bike till you can't, create filtered water for you and your plants, or watch video instructions for hemming your pants. With Ritter Internet, look at all you'll accomplish, connect all your devices, and, schmabomplish? With Wi-Fi this fast, there can be none better, so get in touch and be a Ritter Go-Getter.
Local basketball star Austin Reeves is part of the Central Dealerships team. And just like Austin, we want you to join our team as well. So score big with your new or used vehicle from Central today.
welcome everyone back here to East Poinsett County. Ryan Fletcher here with you. Along next to me is Coach Randy Coleman, and we are close to kickoff. We got a quite a bit of smoke out there on the field right there. It has a little red tint to it, and they've brought out all the extras for this big rivalry game tonight. Here comes the opening kickoff. It is going to be fielded and returned to finally across the 30 at about the 32-yard line. And that kickoff was by the quarterback, Eli Blagg.
Yeah, nice initial move by him to make a man miss, and then just ran into a group of Warriors and brings them down. Ryan, this is awesome. Look at, just the smoke hanging in the air. It's a big rivalry game. This is good stuff.
Man, you can't beat the atmosphere here. Good grief, I can't even talk. I'm so excited, Randy. But yeah, it's one that I've looked forward to. I look forward to it every year.
There's no doubt.
Mark Tree's going to line up out of the shotgun. They've got a pair of receivers to each side. They will go on a handoff play that's going to go nowhere.
Yeah, just a great job by EPC's defense there, swarming on the tackle, just a little inside zone run. And, you got to feel for Mark Tree. They've had an interesting week.
Right,
man.
they have. And, it's no secret. They had to report an ineligible player, which cost them their wins this season. It's unfortunate for the kids that are playing out there, and it was simply a matter of I think a paperwork issue. So, but they are here and wanting to win tonight.
And I'll tell you what, it will not matter on the field tonight.
Not at all. These two teams, they look forward to this game, and as you can see, this community and the turnout, and really you can't see it as well as what we see here, but just walking down the concession stand, people still coming in a little bit late, but it is jam-packed here tonight.
Yeah, it's just a great environment right there. Big Jazarius Real, big inside defensive tackle, clogging up the hole for Mark Tree and making the big stop.
All right, now it is going to be 3rd down and long. Quarterback looks to throw. He goes deep. It looks to be underthrown, and it's going to be incomplete. Had a chance at an interception right there, but it's going to be 3 and out for the Indians.
Yeah, just enough pressure there to force him to move to his right a little bit because he had a man streaking open downfield, and unfortunately, with that movement, and he tries to get a lot more on the ball without his feet underneath him, and it comes up a bit short, and they'll have to punt.
P.J. Powell is the quarterback for the Indians, number 11, and as you mentioned, they are forced to punt the football. That looks like Chance Duke, a senior, that is lined up to punt. If my vision is correct, that looks like number 0. It's going to be a low punt that's going to take a initial Mark Tree roll and then finally stops at the 41-yard line. So the Warriors, who have a ton of offensive firepower, are going to have great field position in their first offensive possession.
Yeah, I know coming into the season, coming off back-to-back finals appearances and returning 20 of 22 starters, this team is just ready to go and loaded for bear, as they say, and it's going to be fun to watch, especially, with Jacob Gaines and D. Buchanan and Eli Blagg, all those guys coming back with a lot of playing time.
No doubt about that, and they put a little trickery play right there. Initially stumbled, but still on his feet, and that is D. Buchanan with a nice run.
Yeah, and D. Buchanan, I think back to last year when we did the Mark Tree game, and just D. Buchanan is one of the most special players in Northeast Arkansas, and I would say that the combination of Buchanan and Gaines might be the best 1-2 punch in the state.
No question about that. They are a deadly combo. And this time cut back, going to be pulled forward, and that one is Jacob Gaines.
And, Jacob Gaines, with the lineage that he has with brother Dennis Gaines, there's just so much that he brings to the table, and he's long, he's athletic. He's really got good moves and power up inside, and he gets a 9-yard run right there. Another big run there by Jacob Gaines. He gets outside and gets a big gain of about 17. Gets them inside the 10-yard line, and they're 3 plays, and they're right there ready to go.
Well, they've traveled 50 yards almost already, or right around there, and staring down a touchdown in the red zone right now.
Didn't quite get inside the 10-yard line. I saw a little bit. They can still get a first down, I think, at the 1.
Blagg's going to hand off. And no, it's D. Buchanan that has it. He's headed to the end zone, and he will score the first one of the game with 9 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the opening quarter. EPC jumps on top, 6-zip.
And, they've been running to that bunch formation a lot with Jacob Gaines, and it's just a little double handoff, and it's just a little inside trap, and D. Buchanan, when he gets in space, it's lights out because he is a great athlete.
He is a beast too. He is built strong. He's fast, and I can tell. I've watched him grow up over the last couple of years, and he's bigger and better than he's ever been. And they're going to line up for extra points right now, and this one is up. It's through the uprights. It's good. It's 7-0. EPC here on the NEA Sports Network.
No matter what the job calls for, contractors can count on Barton's. With your own dedicated sales representative, you'll get personalized support and accurate material takeoffs to keep your project on budget. Need flexible financing? We offer in-house accounts and financing options. Plus, take advantage of our product holding, on-site delivery, and professional installation of flooring, cabinets, and vanities. Supplying local contractors for 140 years. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their family's future.
Back here, and that was a quick timeout. Mark Tree has got a nice return. And no, wait a minute, we've got a turnover. Headed to the end zone. EPC is about to strike. Again, they get in. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown for EPC. How about that?
Yeah, and what starts out as a good return by Jaden Andrews. He gets up near midfield. That the ball just pops out on the tackle, and Ashton Reel picks it up and takes it 45 yards for a touchdown. Wow.
Well, that is a heck of a way to start this game. 9 minutes, 5 seconds, and the Warriors are already on top. Now, I do question maybe if something's going on right here.
Well,
there may have been a flag.
Got a flag over there, and so here's what happened a few years ago in high school football. If you block back, they call it an upstream block. So basically, if one player is running and in one direction, another comes from the opposite direction. It was intended, I think, for like crackback blocks and things of that nature. But in this scenario, the guy really falls down when he makes the block, and I don't know how that could, be a block that would cause injury or whatever.
Right.
But they call a blindside block on that, and it brings it back to the 48-yard line.
Well, I hate that for Ashton Reel because that would have been one he would have remembered for the rest of his life. Thrown over the middle, complete, cut back, and that's a first down as Quincy Perry has a nice catch and gets some extra yards.
Yeah, and that's just, it's just coming off the action that they showed, the 2 previous plays where they're giving play action to Jacob Gaines. He just runs in a little bit behind the linebackers who are playing the run, and they throw it in there.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 26-yard line. Eli Blagg, a big quarterback is Eli Blagg, by the way. He is 6'2" and well over 200. He throws a deep ball to the end zone. It is incomplete. He had his hands on it and could not hang on. That intended receiver was Devin McGee.
And, wow, just a great play call And a great ball by Eli Black, but just a little bit out, past the outstretched arms. And that post route falls incomplete. But those two deep passes right there really should soften up the run game coming back.
And that's exactly where they go. And watch as Gaines waits for that lead block. He gets one, and a nice carry. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, and just great patience there by Gaines as he, like you said, he just waits for that block, finally gets it, and then accelerates down the sideline. And fortunately for Mark Tree, they force him out, but not after a 14-yard gain.
Well, Gaines is a very, very clever player. You talk about his lineage, but also an all-state MVP basketball player. He's been in the trenches. He knows how to win, and this guy you want on your team. Here's D. Buchanan again. Buchanan's going to walk right on into the end zone. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight. It's 13-zip EPC.
And you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's really that, kind of let's go left with Buchanan or with Gaines, and then the double handoff back right to Buchanan, and he walks into the end zone.
The second or third time they've done that double handoff.
That is the third time. I think they opened the game with it. He had a big 9-yard gain on that, and then he's been back-to-back with 17, with 11 and 13-yard gains on that. Both of them for touchdowns.
Extra point going up, and it squeaks through. It's 14-0 here on the NEA Sports Network.
Hart's Home Care Providers and the Teague Law Firm are 2 local businesses in Mark Tree that are proud supporters of the Mark Tree Indians, EPC Warriors, and one of Arkansas's top rivalries. Each business wishes the student athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Lepanto Crop Service, Murray and D. Henderson are here for your crop dusting needs, serving Poinsett County, Mississippi County, along with the other surrounding counties in northeast Arkansas. Call 870-531-2223. Lepanto Crop Service. Good luck in tonight's game. Honest work, reliable service, and local roots. That's B&A Forestry. Need dirt work done right? We have you covered. Give owners Bear and April Lacefield a call at 870-514-0174. B&A Forestry. Emory Ag is a proud supporter.
All right, we have returned here to Lepanto, and it is 14-0 East Poinsett County. That's a kick that's going to not go out of bounds. What a break for the Warriors, and now running side to side, and that's going to end up being a decent return from where he picked it up, Randy.
Yeah, he shows a lot of good speed and quickness right there. But, he probably ran 45 yards to gain 10. So,
well, he had to go over there to pick it up. Then he runs all the way across the field before he finally turns it up. And you're right. The amount of yards he ran.
And Demarion White, obviously, it kind of coffin cornered toward the front pylon of the field, and he had to retreat to get it and then run all the way across the field and gets it out past the 10 just barely, though.
See if the Indians can get something going here. Back out of the gun. They go handoff. There's just nowhere to go.
Yeah, right now the Warrior defense is just swarming to the football, and we're 3 carries in for the night, and every one of them have been negative yardage for Mark Tree.
Well, and the Warriors have all the momentum.
And I'll tell you, momentum in a high school football game is huge. It's huge in any game, but in high school probably a little bit more than college and pro.
Stay in the gun. Powell this time looks to throw. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man open, and he just overthrew the intended receiver who had that corner beat. Receiver was C.J. Williams.
Yeah, and it was. He had him beat just a just the old typical go route. He just gives them a little stutter step inside and then breaks toward the numbers. Deep throw, just out through him by about 3 yards there, but a nice route by the receiver, but that brings up a big 3rd and 11.
Like the call, and, if you execute, that's a touchdown. A.J. Johnson.
Without a doubt.
Lost several steps there on him, but it is now, as you mentioned, 3rd and 11, and we have, I believe, a timeout. We'll take one, too, and be back in a moment on the NEA Sports Network.
Sports broadcasts located in Caraway, Arkansas. Emory Ag is here for all your crop input needs. Give Travis Emory a call at 870-919-5089. Emory Ag, supporting local farmers.
Back here at Lepanto, and a timeout was taken. Randy, I believe that was by the Indians there.
Yeah, they had to run a guy late on the field. I just don't think they were all on the same page.
Powell's going to keep. Powell he does have a first down and then some, pulled down from the backside. And for the first time tonight, Mark Tree has a first down.
Yeah, just a great job of not liking what he sees downfield in the passing game, scrambling right up the middle for a big 16-yard gain and a 3rd down conversion.
2 years ago here, Randy, and I talked about it in the coach's show with Coach Powell, was the best high school football game I'd ever been a part of. I'd ever been at, attended, whatever you want to call it. The atmosphere, just like tonight, was unbelievable. It was a 2 overtime game. There's a pass by Powell. It's going to go incomplete. But if you look around, this campus is not very big in terms of, it's in the middle of a neighborhood. They tore down their old junior high as you come in. It was also the admin building. And they tore it down to rebuild bigger and better, which is great, but there's just only so much room, and that includes parking. So all around this entire field, trucks and cars are just lined up. You got people basically tailgating during the game and can watch the football game. It just makes for such a neat atmosphere.
It is very neat. I can see a fire right across the street there. So.
That is almost intercepted.
It was almost a great catch.
You're right.
By Dontavius White, but then it got tipped up, and A.J. Johnson almost made the great tip pick. So just a great play by both those guys on a little bit on the slant there, just a little high pass, one that he'd like to have back. But now we got to move on to 3rd down, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That it is. Got a lone receiver over here on the near side of the field. Powell looking over the middle, and it is intercepted. That ball intercepted by Ryder Gill.
Just a great job. They tried just a little seam route there, and Ryder Gill just dropped into coverage, made a great play on the ball, giving EPC Warriors great field position on their 3rd possession here.
All right, so the Warriors now, we aren't even to the halfway mark of this quarter. EPC has the ball for the 3rd time in Indian territory with an opportunity to go up by 21. They currently lead at 14-0 as the clock starts to run. One thing I want to make note of, Randy, and I noticed it number one because Mark Tree's not been able to get any kind of running game going so far tonight. But EPC, that defensive line, and of course these guys play, a lot of them on both sides of the ball, for a 2A school is very, very big.
Well, we've already talked about Jazarius Real, right. But one guy that stood out to me too is Alan Corbin. Mm-hmm. He's a defensive end, 6'7", and so they got size. It just goes to show why they're such a power in this classification.
Great cutback by Gaines. He could have been hit for much bigger of a loss, and he'll probably get back to the original line.
Yeah, and one thing I want to mention too is, at this point of the year, EPC guys know what happened to Mark Tree this week with the indication of the forfeit games and all that, but it hadn't swayed their focus at all. They've come out very focused and playing really well tonight.
Blagg is going to throw it deep. He's got a man wide open, and that is caught. That is a touchdown for EPC. Devin McGee on the touchdown catch, and just like that, the EPC Warriors leading it 20-0.
Wow, and just a great little play action fake, but Eli Blagg just makes a dime throw right there on the deep post. One that he missed that just a few plays ago, where he just threw it over the outstretched arm. This time it was just a perfect throw.
A 48-yard touchdown pass. The Warriors strike again. And an extra point on the way. One thing to make note of, EPC's been going for 2 all year long until recently, and it's Jeb Holloman that kicks these extra points. That one is going to be blocked, and it'll be 20-0 as we send it to a break here on the NEA Sports Network.
At Glensane, we know extra time is hard to come by. Your hands are full, your days are packed, and time doesn't slow down. We work hard when you have a service issue. With full service centers at each of our 4 locations, we will always do our best to make it convenient for you and your busy lifestyle. Thank you for trusting our family with your family for over 70 years.
A Ritter Go-Getter gets everything done, and Ritter Gig Internet can handle a ton. You'll create art for the whole world to see, find new ways to support all your teams, and arrange new arrangements for arranging your screens. You'll game, you'll stream, you'll bike till you can't. Create filtered water for you and your plants, or watch video instructions for hemming your pants. With Ritter Internet, look at all you'll accomplish. Connect all your devices.
And we're back here in Lepanto for the NEA Sports Game of the Week, and we just saw the kickoff there by Eli Blagg go into the end zone for a touchback. Right now, the EPC Warriors are leading the Mark Tree Indians 20-0, and Mark Tree will start this possession at the 20-yard line. And I want to say something about, we mentioned, Ryan, you mentioned right before, the extra point attempt that the EPC had been going for 2, and they had 2 extra points made, and I think that's one of those things that you want to work on late in the year, moving into the playoffs, where you can get those points on extra points and field goals if you have to.
All right, handoff, and gets a gain there on the first down carry.
Yeah, and that's it's a 1-yard gain, but it's kind of good to see Mark Tree come out and get some positive yards, because so far in all their possessions, they've been 3rd and 10 plus. They got the first down on the scramble, but they've just put themselves in bad 3rd and long every time.
That is true. Of course, has a lot to do with that team they're playing.
Without a doubt.
All right. Back out of the gun. They line 3 receivers up to the near side. Nowhere to throw. Now it looks like Powell's going to try to run the football, and he just ran right into that's Ashton Reel, and Reel with a big-time tackle right there.
Yeah, and Ashton Reel and Jazarius Reel, those guys up the middle are just monsters. And
yeah, they are.
You see them really getting penetration up, and that time you see the lateral pursuit where they get to the sideline where you think he's got a chance to make a big play, but they close the gap quickly and get him for no gain.
Well, and Ashton's as big as he is, and Doug's bigger. Those 2 guys play basketball, start on the basketball team. I mean, they're quick for their size. That pass is complete down the sidelines, and it's going to be shoved out of bounds hard. And that will be,
Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down because he gets just out over the 30. So it looks like they're going to give him a first down. And, really just the outlet receiver there and a lot of pressure. And Powell just did a good job of finding that outlet. And he accelerates upfield and gets the first down.
Well, they earned it. I'm telling you, that receiver took a shot by 2 different pair of Warriors out of bounds. And it'll be 1st and 10. Just the second first down of the night for the Indians. Powell looks to pass. He slips. Now he throws, and that'll be incomplete.
And I bet we well,
I was questioning it too.
I kind of thought there might be intentional grounding right there, but don't get it. It's funny, you're up 20-0, and you could see the EPC coaches on the sideline trying to get that call after it, but and as well they should. But nonetheless, 2nd and long here for the Mark Tree Indians.
High snap. Powell's going to keep. Powell will run and finally settled in towards the, the 38, 39. It's going to make it 3rd down and manageable.
Yeah, and just a great job, and you see him, juking, making moves on the little counter run there, but just the speed and quickness of this, EPC defense. He closed in, didn't have much room, but he gets 8 yards on it, brings up a 3rd down that they can try to convert right here.
And he's going to run all the way. Powell's got the first down, I do believe. He will have it. So keeps the drive alive, and hopefully for the Indians, they can get a little momentum going right here.
And here's what, something we can talk about with this Mark Tree team. P.J. Powell's sophomore. And
you're
so,
right.
Looking to the future and what they're doing, this, he's got some good ability. He's got great quickness. He throws a good ball. We've seen him, throw the ball really well tonight. So, they got something they can work on for the future. And, he's an impressive young man.
No doubt. Well, and there's no question. Number one, they lost their best player and one of the best players in the entire state in T.J. Hodges. And that's just a significant blow. They got a helmet that comes off. They're just going to have to come out right there. And hopefully everybody is okay. And then, of course, they had a pretty stacked team last year, Randy, and they lost a ton to graduation. So when you're in a school this size, you find your football team's in a rebuild. Coach Wilburn and the basketball team, you would argue, is in somewhat of a rebuild as well, or at least trying to re-identify with some new guys out there.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And, T.J. Hodges is tough to replace, and, we see what he's doing. He's doing the same thing he did at Mark Tree at Bryant in 7A football, and the best team in the state.
Yeah. Powell, pass over to the far side of the field, and that's just great tackling right there. Catch and immediately dropped, and I don't know if they got a gain or not.
They may get a half a yard, but that was Chance Duke who came in. It was Powell that's helmet come off the previous play, so Chance Duke was in there at quarterback that time, and they get the a nice little out route there by Demarion White, but again, we've talked about the closing speed and quickness of this EPC Warrior defense. They close on it and make the stop.
There's a run that's going nowhere, and it'll make it 4th down. So likely a punting situation now for the Indians.
Well, you just wonder with a 3rd and medium play right there. If you run it, does that mean you're going for it on 4th down?
Well, and I think maybe that have had to do with the fact if they'd have got some yards, they just didn't get anything right there. They got the first down, or on the first down play, they got 4 or 5 yards, and then they haven't moved the ball since then. But
I think they're going for it. Yep.
It certainly looks like it. Here we go. 55 seconds to go in the opening quarter. They are going for it. Pass is thrown. You got a man open, and it is incomplete. I don't know if there's confusion there or what.
Yeah, and that's just one of those tough. I mean, it's an out and up there by the receiver, and it's just one of those. He threw it a little bit outside. He's looking back over his inside shoulder, and it's thrown to the outside shoulder, and it's just tough to make that turn and make a catch. So, unfortunately, that falls incomplete, and turnover on downs to the EPC Warriors.
First and 10. Blagg's going to hand off to Gaines. Gaines is going to be drugged down. No gain. Nice tackle there by number 25.
Braden Sullivan.
There you go.
Braden Sullivan. A nice job right there for the 1 yard loss. That may be the first negative play for EPC tonight. And just a great job by Braden there. Forcing Jacob Gaines to run laterally, and he ultimately makes the tackle for a 1 yard loss.
Second down and 11. Blagg, quick pass, and it's complete to Perry. Perry cuts back. He's got a first down and a gain of almost 20 yards. It'll be just a little bit shy of that.
Yeah, and that's just, you see really some great quickness there by Quincy Perry, because it's just a hitch route. And he takes the hitch route, makes a man miss, and then gets upfield for a nice gain to end the quarter.
And that'll do it at the end of the first quarter. EPC 20, Mark Tree nothing on the NEA Sports Network.
Landry Family and Orthodontic Dentistry. Doc Cindy and her team provide a range of dental services, including orthodontic treatment, cosmetic, and general dentistry. Landry Dentistry is a staple in the East Poinsett County community and a longtime supporter of the EPC Warriors. Located in Lepanto, Arkansas, give Landry Family and Orthodontic Dentistry a call for all your dental needs. Thanks, Doc Cindy, of your support of the EPC Warriors.
Get ready for action. Glenn Sane, Empower, NEA Sports, Temple Baptist Church, and KJNB are excited to present the 2025 Northeast Arkansas Basketball Media Day, Wednesday, November 12th. Experience it firsthand as we sit down with players and coaches to preview the upcoming season. It all happens live. You don't want to miss it. Wednesday, November 12th. Go to the KJNB Facebook page to catch the 2025 Northeast Arkansas Basketball Media Day event live. KJNB, this is home.
We are back here at Lepanto, Arkansas.
Ryan, I got to tell you, you're killing me with that chicken on stick over there. You're the smell of it. I wasn't hungry till I got here. Now you're
Chicken on a stick. That is a new one that I have experienced. I try to the concession stands out at all the venues we go to.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's more of just an issue of me being fat, but
Nice little run up the middle by Jacob Gaines there for a 5 yard gain, and puts him second down and 5. But yeah, I'll tell you, it's really cool coming to these different, schools, and everybody has a little bit of flair in the concession stand. Yeah,
and if you don't, you really need to work on that. Blagg throwing it, and that is intercepted. That was into triple coverage and a great catch, and it is still being returned down the sideline. And Blagg is going to be the guy that shoves him out of bounds. But a great interception by, is that Ashton Campbell?
It's either, I think it may be Decorius Brown. Yeah, Decorius Brown right there on the interception, senior for Mark Tree. And, yeah, just, it's kind of a little skinny post, and he just leaves that a little bit too far inside, and he undercuts that route, makes a big interception, then gets it out to midfield.
Well, the Indians need to take advantage right here and put some points on the board. Their defense comes away with a big pick. And if not for Eli Blagg, you got to credit the guy. He threw the interception, but he was the guy responsible for stopping that play and potentially stopping a pick six. Blagg is a kid that normally plays both sides of the football. He's been nursing a leg injury, so he is only playing at the quarterback position tonight. There's a quick handoff that's going nowhere.
Yeah, and right there, Chance Duke, takes the handoff and runs up inside to a wall of Warriors. Again, Jazarius Reels there. You got that defensive line for EPC has been very impressive tonight.
Well, second down and 13. Mark Tree still trying to decide on a play. They've got it. 10 seconds, though, to get things off. They're in no hurry at all, down to 6 and 5. Going to switch sides of quarterback's hip. There goes a little trick play. Cut back, and there's a late flag as well. I'm questioning maybe if that was a face mask.
Well, it's definitely going to be on Mark Tree, and I don't know if it's a hold or a hands to the face, but it's going to be on Mark Tree and back them up from the spot of the foul.
Right.
So it's going to be second and very, very long.
I just thought it was a little bit late for the hold. That had already kind of, I don't know. He was almost down, and then the flag flew. But anyway, that will back the Indians up. It'll be second down and a long way to go.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Mark Tree, who's just had a hard time really getting anything going tonight, after the interception, they've got great field position, got a little bit of momentum, and then they come back with the penalty, and now they're, sitting there with, now I will say that they've had some open receivers earlier tonight and have just, not been able to connect, so they're going to have to put it in the air here.
Powell throwing it deep down the sidelines, and that's got to be pass interference. It will be. That is was just not timed well, and now we're going to have another flag. It's going to likely be an unsportsmanlike, and so you're looking at there's the replay, Randy, as you see it here on the screen, and underthrown, and I don't think that was the intent of the defensive backs. The momentum kind of carried them into them.
One of the hardest plays to defend as a D-back is the underthrown ball, because you're
going full speed.
You're in full trail position and you're running full speed, and then he slows down. I mean, it's just impossible to defend.
So ball's at the 36. It was 2nd and 23. It's going to be an automatic first down. So you got the penalty for pass interference, and then you're going to have the personal foul penalty tacked on to that.
It's going to be 30 yards, it's looking like. So, a little quick math here. It looks like if we're correct, they're going to have it on the 34-yard line of EPC. Now,
there's the pass interference. So there's 15.
Okay, all right. Well, it's pretty close. I mean, I'm an English man by trade.
Yes, you are.
But my math was pretty close there.
Well, what a difference one play makes. And they go from their own 36, and now they're sitting at the 34-yard line of East Poinsett County. Best spot they've been in all night. And my word, that play and that offensive line got blown apart.
And that's Jazarius Reel again. I mean, senior night, he just blasts through there and makes a big-time tackle in the backfield.
Now, Jazarius actually goes by Doug.
Okay.
And I've just called enough of his games to know that. One of the anytime I've had the chance to interview him or watch him play, he's always just so fun to watch and be around. I've had the opportunity to interview him several times, but I'm not going to lie, it's the first time I've ever knew his real name was Jazarius, but Doug.
Well, Doug, I apologize.
No, you weren't wrong. Passing, he's wide open receiver, and Powell, a sophomore, and I know he's being hurried. But you can tell on some of these passes he's just a little bit long, a little bit short.
And he's got a strong arm.
Yeah.
You can see that, he's got the ability. But here's the deal. Sophomore, coming – obviously they're playing the best opponent they've played all year long. And he's got receivers running open, but he's got pressure. And there's one thing that's hard to teach a quarterback is to stand in there and throw the ball. You're going to get hit either way. but stand in there, make the throw like there's no pressure coming, and then just take the hit.
Okay, now it looks like we may have a timeout. Mark Tree will take a break and be back here in a moment on the NEA Sports Network. Hey NEA, this is Purple Rain Detail. Whether it's your daily driver, your truck, or even your farm equipment, we will make it sparkle like new again. We know how hard you work and your vehicle deserves that same care at Purple Rain Detail. We specialize in deep cleaning, polishing, and protecting, so your ride stays looking sharp and ready for the road or the field. Message us today to book your appointment and see why everyone's talking about the Purple Rain Detail shine. We have returned. 3rd down and long. And tripped up. He might have got hit just a smidge there, but I think maybe he got tripped up, and Powell really doesn't get much on that play. It's going to be 4th down, and certainly would believe that the Indians will be going for it right here.
Yeah, it looks like Zeb Shepard there just got enough push on that offensive line that maybe the offensive lineman's feet just tripped up Powell as he was trying to get through the hole. But here's one thing, you know, Mark Tree's got they've kept their defense off the field for a while. They've got some yards, a lot of them through penalty, but you know they got a little bit more momentum than they've had all night.
Powell throws deep, it's incomplete, and that is a turnover on downs. So East Poinsett County is going to get the ball back, and felt like the longest drive of the night, but had a lot to do with penalties. And, of course, that it was set up by that initial interception by Mark Tree.
You know, one thing I want to mention right there, A.J. Johnson was on the coverage, and it just shows the good coaching that EPC has and the football IQ that young man has, because he could have intercepted it.
I know what you're going to say.
But knowing that if he intercepts it there, it's almost like a punt for Mark Tree. He just let it go incomplete, and they get good field position. Great job by A.J. Johnson.
No doubt about it. Handoff going to Buchanan, and it's funny. You just talk about a play about A.J. Johnson, and D. Buchanan gets the football. 2 years ago, we're down here broadcasting the game. No. Last year, we're broadcasting the game at Mark Tree. And D forgets his uniform.
Yep.
Well, he ends up wearing A.J. Johnson's. And I kept thinking, where is D. Buchanan? Where is D. Buchanan? Well, the whole night, you know, these small schools, they only have so much room in the press box. Here comes D. He is, my goodness, he gets over here closer to us. He's huge.
He's a man.
He really is.
He is a grown man.
But I say all that to say that one of the coordinators for EPC was up in the box, literally right next to us. Like, we can hear everything he's saying to his coach. And it's the girls' coach. And for the life of me, I just talked to him tonight. I'm just drawing a blank on his name. Coach Harston. And finally, at halftime, he was like, "Hey, by the way, that's D. Buchanan."
Yeah, shame on him. For
I
not
know.
telling us earlier.
Like, I mean, the whole time he just kind of hung us out to dry there. All right, handoff, and it's going to be shy of the 1st down by about a yard and a half.
Yeah, he's going to be a yard shy, and I would venture to guess that they're going to go for it here.
That would be my assumption.
Well, here's the deal for Coach Harston. Whenever you're doing a game, you might just mispronounce his name or, you know, something like that.
All right, here's Gaines, who has got the 1st down, I believe, by quite a bit there based on that spot.
Yeah, and that time that's just a direct snap to Jacob Gaines, and you get big Eli Blagg leading up in the hole, and they get the 1st down.
So many options to
yeah.
especially in a short yardage situation with Gaines and Buchanan, and I mean, goodness, if you're 4th and inches and you hand Blagg the ball, I mean, I'd like to see somebody bring him down. Speaking of Blagg, he has to scramble. He throws. He's got a man wide open. Over the middle, it is going to be a first down and then some, and that's the first catch of the night for Chris. And man, oh man, you want to take a stab at that last name, Coach?
Sefakinos?
Sure.
Hey, great throw.
Yeah.
Great catch and acceleration by that young man getting upfield. And, really, I think what's really impressive on that, too, is Eli Blagg's work in the pocket. It looks like he's going to scramble at first, and he just slides forward in the pocket, makes that throw on the end cut, and gets the big first down.
There's a slant route pass to the end zone, and he did not get in. Inside the 5, and when you get down into that area right there, it's just a little bit hard for us to see.
Sorry, I'm doing a little math in
Well,
my head
it's
right
at the
here.
6, and that tells you how bad my vision, and we're a good distance away. So 1st and 10, ball at the 6. I believe that is Gaines, who has the touchdown, East Poinsett County.
Yeah, and just, again, and you talked about it. You've got so many weapons. I mean, you see a weapon that you haven't seen yet with that little in cut by the receiver who gets the big play on the previous play. Quincy Perry has shown that he's an outstanding receiver. Then you got Buchanan and Gaines and Blagg. I mean, it's just an abundance of riches for EPC.
No doubt about that. So going to attempt another extra point right here, again from Jeb Holloman. He's got 2 of them already tonight. The other one was, I don't know what had happened. It was blocked. That one is up. It is through the uprights, and it's good. So East Poinsett County leading at 27-0 here on the NEA Sports Network. Hey NEA, this is Purple Rain Detail. Whether it's your daily driver, your truck, or even your farm equipment, we will make it sparkle like new again. We know how hard you work and your vehicle deserves that same care at Purple Rain Detail. We specialize in deep cleaning, polishing, and protecting, so your ride stays looking sharp and ready for the road or the field. Message us today to book your appointment and see. We have returned here at Lepanto. It's 27-0. That one is going to be called for the touchback.
Yeah, and in high school football, you've got to get control of it. Even if you touch it in the field of play and it goes into the end zone, or if the momentum of the carry, like if he's backing up at the 1 and he catches it in the end zone, it's still a touchback. So
we'll start at the 20-yard line. It will be the worst field position, I believe, the Indians have had tonight. So they're going to have to go 80 yards if they want to put their first points on the scoreboard.
Ryan, I think Big Doug might be getting a little tired. He starts on both sides of the ball, and he's been making play after play. A little late getting out on the field right there. But no, I'm just teasing him because he has played an outstanding first half.
There's a run up the gut, and that's going to be a first down. I'll tell you this, Randy. It impresses me that he plays both sides of the ball. But when he's out, and he is a big dude, I mean, there's just no denying that. But when he's playing basketball, and Coach Thaxton likes to, he likes to go. And he's a key player on that team. He'll just eat you alive on the boards. But it's been impressive watching him as a multi-sport athlete here.
Well, you can tell he's got great feet.
That was A.J. Johnson that came flying in and could have been even of a worse hit. He kind of maybe even laid off just a little bit.
Yeah, and, God, just got such great closing speed from back there. And but, nice little 6-yard completion there.
Mm-hmm.
You got to love that as a quarterback, where you can help your passing stats by the speed sweep.
Second down, 4 to go. Powell throws it. He's got a man complete. There's a first down, and he's not going anywhere else. Forward progress is going to put him at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, just a little hitch route, a little soft on the coverage out there, and they get the hitch route. He makes a little move, doesn't go anywhere, but he gets enough to get the first down.
Well, if you're Mark Tree, trying to get some positive yardage here, move the ball into EPC territory, use this clock, and maybe score before the half, trying to get a little bit of momentum.
And I tell you, I like what I see from P.J. Powell. He's a good-looking player, and he's not a big guy, but he's got a good arm, and he's got great speed. He's a dual threat. I mean, he's a good player.
Powell pass over to the near side of the field, and he's going to be wrestled out of bounds. That catch was made by Dontavius White.
Yeah, and, now Mark Tree's found a little something there. They're going to the short passing game where they've taken the deep shots earlier and just hadn't connected on them, and, connect on a few of these little hitch routes outside, or the now screen, what that play was right there, and maybe you get coverage to come up, and then you can connect on a deeper shot later in the game.
Ball's now at the 50-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Powell is this time going to hand off, and Randy, that's a loss of almost. It's going to be close to 5. They'll call it a loss of 4, and it's going to make it 3rd and 9.
And who was that? I mean,
is that Ashton or Doug?
That was Doug right there.
Okay.
And I mean, both of them are in there, but just Doug's getting pushed up the middle.
Yeah.
Just about every play. And, anytime they're trying to run inside, they're having to, a lot of times you run inside, you don't have to bubble or bounce. But he's got so much push in there that he's forcing them to run laterally, and you just can't do it with the speed of the EPC defense.
3rd down and 9. Back out of the gun. Powell looks to throw. He throws it deep down the sidelines, and that is going to be incomplete. And the receiver looked like he had a chance to haul it in, but will not, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, I like that throw right there by P.J. Powell, because, if there's a little bit of contact that slows down the receiver right there, but, I'd like to see the receiver leave his feet, lay out and try to make a catch right there. But, it's just a little bit overthrown, but I really like this P.J. Powell kid.
He's fast. He's got a good arm. And I'll say this, the intended receiver was White, who's also a sophomore. That could be a combo you look ahead in the future.
Could be a great
and
combination.
See a lot of touchdowns coming.
No doubt.
Powell's in trouble. Powell is having to scramble. That ball may have been fumbled, and it looks like it is. It's going to be recovered by EPC, and they're going to have the football.
Yeah, Hunter Thrasher right there on the recovery. And, nonetheless, at 4th down, it's kind of inconsequential. But again, just push up the middle from that EPC defense and leaves Powell with nowhere to go and tries to scramble away from it and just can't escape. And they force a fumble and get the recovery.
Well, Coach, one thing that, we already knew coming into this game that EPC had some really good skill players, but when you get to see them live in person and you see how big this offensive and defensive line is, and, everybody likes to say that, and you probably agree with it, the battle's won in the trenches, and that's a huge key for them moving forward in this playoff run that they're looking
There's
at.
no doubt. And you understand why they've been so successful the last 2 years. And you combine, like what we're seeing right now with Jacob Gaines and that good offensive and defensive lines, and you've got a good combination for a great football team.
There's another 1st down run, this time by Gaines, and yet again using that guy right in front of him to set that final block, and just so patient and takes his time to get extra yards.
Yeah, and I love the buck sweep where you pull both those guards out there. And out of the shotgun, I think it's a really good play. And I'll tell you in just a minute a drill people do with that play.
It looks like Blagg's going to keep this time. Blag still on his feet, tough to bring down. He's going to get inside the 10 and be dropped at around the 7.
Yeah, you see Jacob Gaines when both those guards pull. One of the drills you do with that buck sweep is with the second guard that's leading up in the hole, he wears a towel on the back of his pants. And it's the job of the running back to get up there and grab that towel. You do that in practice, and you work on staying patient behind those blocks, and you can tell, that Jacob, whether they do that drill or not, you can see his football IQ and how he understands setting up the block, really pays dividends for him.
2nd and 2. They're going to hand this one off to Gaines. Gaines, and there is a flag, but he's in the end zone. It will be a touchdown, but is it coming back?
Well, from where it's thrown, that's not typically a place on an inside run that you would see a holding call, but it'd be interesting to see. It looks like false start might be the call.
More than 4 players on the offensive backfield. 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
The tackle on the end just got a little antsy before that, and it makes the touchdown come back.
All right, so 2nd down, and it will be, it says 5 on the, it's going to be 8. That makes sense on the scoreboard there. Ball to 13. Blagg's in trouble, and he throws it, and it's caught. Is it no, it's incomplete.
Wow.
That was a heck of a throw and catch in that circumstance.
That's an outstanding throw, and
pretty good catch, too, over the shoulder.
But just the positioning of the throw one, just to have the arm strength to throw it from his body position, run it away and throw him back across his body. But to put it where he did, back at the back of the end zone where only his guy could get it or it's incomplete, just an impressive throw right there.
Eli kind of reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that was a big dude. Jamarcus Russell, I believe was his name, but so tough to bring down and has a little bit of a deceptive speed as well. He's going to pitch it over to Gaines. Gaines turns it upfield. Gaines headed to the end zone. Did he make it? He did.
He does.
It is a touchdown.
A little speed option right there. Just a great job by Gaines once he got the ball of tight roping that sideline and getting to the front pylon, getting in the end zone.
I saw Coach Harston hand off a really, really, really large box of fireworks to the gentleman that runs that down there. And it was large, but they're at 33 points already in this game, and they may run out before the night's over.
They might, and this is a big play right here because you get that 2-point conversion and get the sportsmanship rule in effect in the second half.
All right, out of the gun is Blag. Blag is going to throw. He goes over the middle on a slant and a 2-point conversion. It is good. That into the hands of Quincy Perry.
And again, we just see some nice athletes on EPC's team.
All right, we're going to send it to break and be back here in just a moment.
Prestige Plumbing offers a wide range of residential and commercial services to meet every customer's needs. Whether it be new construction or a remodel, Prestige Plumbing is fast and efficient with the best quality service for their customers. From water leaks to slab leaks to new sewer lines or handicap showers, Prestige Plumbing should be your first call for all your plumbing needs.
Be sure to watch the NEA Sports Network as we bring you live coverage this football season. From week 0 to the playoffs, we bring you rivalries and great matchups to go along with championship coverage. Be sure to watch each game at the NEA Sports Facebook page or the NEA Sports YouTube page. NEA Sports, putting Northeast Arkansas student athletes first.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
And we're back, and the theme of Jaws is being played over the sound speakers. There's the kickoff, and it will still got a return going in process and out of bounds over on the Indian sideline at around the 40. So good field position for Mark Tree. Let's see if they can get something going and avoid that clock running in the at least to start the second half.
Yeah, and, you know, they've had opportunities here in the first half with receivers running open. They're going to need something like that here, just get some points on the board and try to avoid the clock in the second half.
Pepe LePew has paid a visit out to Lepanto right now. I got a big smell of a skunk.
Well, you know.
Guess we're outdoors.
Outdoors. I'm telling you, there's a fire pit or something going on.
No,
across
I mean
the street
it's
there,
active. It's active. Somebody's upset that skunk. Out of the gun, we got a carry going to the far side of the field and still on his feet. And this is the biggest offensive play of the night right here for the Indians. A huge run, and they are knocking at the door of a potential score here inside the 25-yard line.
40-yard run there by Chance Duke, and we saw him a little bit at the quarterback position in the first half, and Powell's taking a majority of the snaps right there, but just does a great job of getting to the sideline and then running through guys at the end of the play there to gain about 10 to 15 extra yards.
Ball's at the 21-yard line. The clock never actually stopped right there, and it should have had to reset those chains. There's the handoff, goes on the inside, and it looks like maybe another first down run for the Indians. Clock is still running.
It's stopped now.
All
I'm
right.
starting to think that they invoked the sportsmanship
Could
rule
have.
a little bit early here.
Good head.
But nonetheless, Mark Tree, showing some life here.
Well, you got to appreciate that. And fake the handoff, and Duke has nowhere to go.
Yeah, A.J. Johnson there again from the safety position. D. Buchanan there. Big number 78, Zeb Shepard there also. Just great pursuit to the ball.
All right, we got a timeout. We'll take one, too, and be back in a moment on the NEA Sports Network.
Landry Family and Orthodontic Dentistry, Doc Cindy and her team provide a range of dental services, including orthodontic treatment, cosmetic, and general dentistry. Landry Dentistry is a staple in the East Poinsett County community and a longtime supporter of the EPC Warriors. Located in Lepanto, Arkansas, give Landry Family and Orthodontic Dentistry a call for all your dental needs. Thanks, Doc Cindy, of your support of the EPC Warriors.
Get ready for action. Glen Sane, Empower, NEA Sports, Temple Baptist Church, and KJNB are excited to present the 2025 Northeast Arkansas Basketball Media Day. Wednesday, November 12th. Experience it firsthand as we sit down with players and coaches to preview the upcoming season. It all happens live. You don't want to miss it. Wednesday, November 12th. Go to the KJNB Facebook page to catch the 2025 Northeast Arkansas Basketball Media Day event live. KJNB, this is home.
Back here in Lepanto, it is second down. Got time. Powell throws incomplete. And, Randy, now you're in a situation where there's 14 seconds and Mark Tree has no timeouts. You got to take shots to the end zone.
Yeah, and you got time for 2 shots to the end zone right here. So, now, one thing you cannot get tackled inbounds. Not in the end zone. So, very important that the passes, are balls that make it to the end zone. So, because you probably would not be able to reset and get another playoff.
Yeah, you're right. All right, 3rd and 13. 3rd and goal, to be exact. They're going to throw and going to have to get out of bounds to stop this play. He does, so he gets yardage. 6 seconds to play here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and just when he cut back inside, I was thinking, oh no, he better get to the end zone or the clock's going to run out. Fortunately for him, he managed to get to the sideline and get out of bounds.
I'm not going to lie. Initially, I thought they were running a trick play.
Like a hook and ladder?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were. But now you got 4th down and 5, balls at the 5. So this is it here for the Indians if they're going to score in the half. And it is a high snap, and it is going to be recovered by – well, it's not really even going to matter because that ends the half. And, Randy, it has been all EPC in this football game. They are leading this rivalry matchup 35-zip.
Yeah, and you understand why they're ranked so high in this classification and why they're, state runners-up and why they're favored to possibly be state champion.
Halftime show, and we have an interview. I was able to interview the other day Doug Reel, Eli Blagg, and Jacob Gaines. It was a fun interview. They talk a little bit about this game, the rivalry, this community, and, of course, a push in the playoffs with a chance maybe to get back to Little Rock. So I want you to stay tuned for that as we go to our Ritter Communications halftime show here on the NEA Sports Network.
Here live for our halftime show and halftime interview with 3 East Poinsett County Warriors. Eli Blagg, Jacob Gaines, and Doug Reel. Guys, first off, congratulations so far on a really, really good season. I know y'all have goals still to get to, but you got a game to play, or you're playing here against Mark Tree. If you would, and I don't care who starts, just kind of talk to me about each position you play, because I know you play on both sides of the ball. And, what that looks like, what your role is, basically, in those positions.
I'm going to say my role is on the offensive line, defensive line, is just mainly control the line of scrimmage, and force the first step off the ball, and stuff of that sort.
Okay.
I play running back and outside linebacker. Defense mainly just contain the run, and offense, I get the ball and just read the defense.
I'm quarterback and middle linebacker, but on the offensive side of the ball, I got to know everybody else's job being the quarterback. So that's my role on that side. And defense side, clog up all the runs in the middle, basically.
Okay. Doug, I'm going to ask you a quick question first. I may have dreamed this, but I don't think I did. A couple years ago when we were down here and we were broadcasting the double overtime game, y'all beat Mark Tree. Were you not kicking extra points at one time? Did that ever happen?
No, I didn't kick extra points. I kicked on sides.
Okay. I knew there was somewhere are you doing any of that anymore?
A little
Okay.
bit.
Okay. It's just you don't usually see a offensive and defensive lineman kicking, so that was kind of fun watching that. So, I'm gonna ask you, Eli. You're kind of nursing a little bit of an injury and that sort of thing. Talk to us a little bit about what that looks like right now, how you're feeling, and that sort of thing.
I'm feeling a lot better than what I was when it first happened. I'm still nursing a little bit. I'm working through it and all that, but it just feels good knowing that even when I'm injured, we got other weapons that go kill too.
Okay. Jacob, I want to ask you, playing a pivotal spot at running back for this team. You generate a lot of points as well, but as far as what do you feel like you've got to do moving into the playoffs to kind of help propel you guys back to Little Rock and win a state championship?
It's playoffs, so you got to play harder, work harder, hit the gym more, hit the weights. And I probably need to work on my footwork a little bit more. I'm looking a little slower, but we're going to get that. We're going to get things corrected, though.
Okay. Now this rivalry game against Mark Tree, I know it's a big deal down here in this community. We've done the game like 3 or 4 years in a row, but the atmosphere for me, I think, is just, y'all, it's phenomenal. I get game time about 5:30 out on the, you know, kind of getting stuff set up out on the field, and you can just feel that it's just different, man. It's electric. Y'all are all shaking your heads in agreement. Talk to me about, and you can each one give your own take on it. Why is this rivalry so big? Why is it so important for your communities?
You want me to go or you go? I feel like it's so important. You know, it's been going a while back now. You know, we're just like 10 minutes down the road here and there. You know, same conference, same everything. Usually we're both a powerhouse in the conference too, so I feel that's why it's so big.
I think it's just like it's kind of been like inbred into us, the rivalry and how it is like as forever men, and we kind of just take it like it's really serious, you know, like the competitiveness is through the roof.
You know, like we've been playing Marjorie since like I don't even know when, since like 6th grade. You know, since then it's always been like that tension when we play, especially like we've been doing it for like a long time. So when we step on that field against Marjorie, you know, you gotta leave it all out, and like it's mostly a close game sometimes, but you never know.
And I know they're in a little bit different situation this year. They're pretty young, and some other things factoring in going into tomorrow night. But with that being said, you can't tell me that they're not going to want to show up and not going to want to beat y'all. So, and I would tend to think y'all would feel the same way about that. One of you can just answer this. You know, game plan as far as going in and winning tomorrow night. What do you got to do to take care of business?
You know, we just got to execute, play our game we usually play. You know, it's the last game of the season. We locked up with 1 seed no matter what. So if it comes down to it, starters probably ain't going to play way too much. You know, we just got to execute.
So I'm going to transition now looking at ahead, because you mentioned you have the 1 seed. I talked to Coach Powell earlier. I've been talking to him for about a week now. And not only that, but you have that home field advantage all the way to Little Rock. How big of a deal do you guys feel that is to be able to play here at Lepanto every week until hopefully you guys make it to the very end?
I think personally it's a very big deal. Like we don't play away playoff games. It's always been the bread of us. We need to win and we finish out at home. And just
So, from a community standpoint, you know, y'all bring a lot of people. I mean, and you know, Lepanto, Tyronza, not huge towns. I'm from a small town not too far from here too, and but when it comes to sports, that's what everybody cares about, you know.
Yes,
so, talk to us about your community support, fan support, as far as people showing up and you know, helping you guys be that 12th man on the field.
You know, the community support, that plays a big role. That's real good. You know, they all got our backs. We got theirs, you know. I just feel like that's real good with the community like that.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think, like he said, community is everything here. Like they show up, they put a lot of butts in the seats, you know. They pack it out a lot. They bring a lot of energy as well. Like about, 2 years ago, it was almost, they say it was about 2,000 people here that one night. Everybody was almost on the field, so yeah.
I can believe that for sure. And you know, there's not just, when you start packing that many people, like there's only so many bleachers. So
Yes,
one thing I remember about a game where it was the Mark Tree game 2 years ago. I think when people started realizing how crazy of a game that was, people started getting on their cell phones and being like, "You better get up here and watch this football game." There were trucks all around the field. People were in the you know, it was phenomenal. It was a great atmosphere, and I'm sure that playoff atmosphere for you guys has to be, you know, exciting as well. I want to mention a couple more things. Number one, you were have been ranked number 1 by, you know, different polls and that sort of thing, which everybody knows y'all are very, very good. Do you feel like that's put some pressure on you guys as far as to play? Has it motivated you? What has that done for y'all in your opinion?
Yes, sir. Like, you know, when we number 1 team, you know, everybody wants to knock us off our ranking, you know. But like, we don't look at rankings. We just come out to play hard, you know. We like play like it don't matter what team it is. Always play like you losing. Like, you gotta play hard.
Yeah, for sure. And then you guys have made it to Little Rock the last 2 years, come up just a little bit short. getting there is hard. And then, it's like making it the Super Bowl. Making the Super Bowl is hard, and then you get there, and then that's a whole other ball game. And, all that other stuff you did prior to it doesn't really matter. How big of a deal would it be for you guys to close out and cap off your career at Little Rock, but this time on the other side of it and winning a state championship?
That's a huge deal considering we're all seniors this year. It's our last year of high school football. So if we go to Little Rock and we win it this year, it's going to really mean a lot.
Yeah, it'd probably be everything. It would be everything to us. Like you said, it's like bringing home the Super Bowl.
And last thing I'm going to ask, now Eli, do you play on the basketball team?
No, sir. I did a little bit last year. But.
Okay, I couldn't remember that or not. You've won 2 state championships there. I mean, the fact that y'all have won 2 in basketball, y'all have been to 2 in football. I mean, for me, I can't think of a more, and let's just be honest, like basketball and football are considered the 2 big sports in high school. Like it just is what it is. I can't think of a small town school that's had more success than you guys. Just talk about being an EPC Warrior and capping off your career and having the success that you've had so far, and then we'll be done.
Being a Warrior was great, like if we would have won them 2 in football and we win this next one in basketball, we would have one of all 5 fingers. Some people don't get to do that.
Yeah, like you said, I think just being a Warrior pride, it's everything here, and like just capping it off and just being a Warrior, man. It's a very good moment. Everybody like to be that.
Yeah, I feel like just, being an EPC Warrior, we've all bled that, we all grew up on sports since we was younger. I feel like that's played a big role in the run that we've had too.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for your time. I want to wish you guys good luck throughout the rest of the season, and I hope you guys get some rings and bring them back here to EPC.
Thank you.
Good job.
At Glensane, we know extra time is hard to come by. Your hands are full, your days are packed, and time doesn't slow down. We work hard when you have a service issue. With full service centers at each of our 4 locations, we will always do our best to make it convenient for you and your busy lifestyle. Thank you for trusting our family with your family for over 70 years.
A Ritter Go-Getter gets everything done, and Ritter Gig Internet can handle a ton. You'll create art for the whole world to see, find new ways to support all your teams, and arrange new arrangements for arranging your screens. You'll game, you'll stream, you'll bike till you can't, create filtered water for you and your plants, or watch video instructions for hemming your pants. With Ritter Internet, look at all you'll accomplish, connect all your devices, and, schmabomplish? With Wi-Fi this fast, there can be none better, so get in touch and be a Ritter Go-Getter.
Hey, Northeast Arkansas, Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually, we are. We're at the top of our game, bringing NEA a credible selection and exceptional service. To back that, Central was awarded, yet again, General Motors Mark of Excellence. From Chevy to Toyota, Nissan to Ford, we have the perfect ride waiting for you and the best service to get it to you. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today or shop us online.
No matter what the job calls for, contractors can count on Barton's. With your own dedicated sales representative, you'll get personalized support and accurate material takeoffs to keep your project on budget. Need flexible financing? We offer in-house accounts and financing options. Plus, take advantage of our product holding, on-site delivery, and professional installation of flooring, cabinets, and vanities. Supplying local contractors for 140 years. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
Since 1945, we've been more than just a bank. We've been deeply rooted in communities across Arkansas, growing alongside the families and businesses we serve. We started the Farmers and Merchants Bank in Stuttgart, Arkansas 80 years ago to ensure working folks could borrow money to run their farms, fund their businesses, and build their families' futures. Today, Farmers and Merchants Bank is proud to continue supporting our communities, including our students and athletes. Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you ask someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, two of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
For 140 years, homeowners and DIYers have trusted Barton's for their home improvement needs. From small projects to remodels to building a home, our experts are here with the tools, knowledge, and advice to make your project a success. With 10 100% employee-owned locations across Northeast Arkansas and Southeast Missouri, delivery, installation, and free design services, Barton's is your trusted partner for every project. Visit us online at bartons.com. Build it better with Barton's.
At Glen Sain, we've spent over 70 years trying to do things the right way, with honesty, heart, and hometown pride. With 4 locations across Paragould, Rector, and Kennett, we offer a wide selection of GMC, Chevy, Buick, and Ford vehicles, and service centers to keep them running strong. We're a family-owned business, and we treat every customer like one of our own, because after 70 years, that's what matters most.
Prestige Plumbing offers a wide range of residential and commercial services to meet every customer's needs. Whether it be new construction or a remodel, Prestige Plumbing is fast and efficient with the best quality service for their customers. From water leaks to slab leaks to new sewer lines or handicap showers, Prestige Plumbing should be your first call for all your plumbing needs.
Be sure to watch the NEA Sports Network as we bring you live coverage this football season. From week 0 to the playoffs, we bring you rivalries and great matchups to go along with championship coverage. Be sure to watch each game at the NEA Sports Facebook page or the NEA Sports YouTube page. NEA Sports, putting Northeast Arkansas student athletes first.
Milligan Heating and AC works to serve the Northeast Arkansas community in meeting all of your HVAC needs. Give Justin Milligan a call at 870-243-2820.
Local basketball star Austin Reeves is part of the Central Dealerships team. And just like Austin, we want you to join our team as well. So score big with your new or used vehicle from Central today. Central Dealerships is not one to brag, but actually, we are. Central was awarded, yet again, General Motors Mark of Excellence. We have the perfect ride waiting for you and exceptional service. So find your next vehicle at a Central dealership today.
Caring Hearts Home Care Providers and the Teague Law Firm are two local businesses in Mark Tree that are proud supporters of the Mark Tree Indians, EPC Warriors, and one of Arkansas's top rivalries. Each business wishes the student athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Lepanto Crop Service, Murray and D. Henderson are here for your crop dusting needs, serving Poinsett County, Mississippi County, along with the other surrounding counties in northeast Arkansas. Call 870-531-2223. Lepanto Crop Service. Good luck in tonight's game. Honest work, reliable service, and local roots. That's B&A Forestry. Need dirt work done right? We have you covered. Give owners Bear and April Lacefield a call at 870-514-0174. B&A Forestry. Emory Ag is a proud supporter of tonight's sports broadcast. Located in Caraway, Arkansas, Emory Ag is here for all your crop input needs. Give Travis Emory a call at 870-919-5089. Emory Ag, supporting local farmers. Hey NEA, this is Purple Rain Detail. Whether it's your daily driver, your truck, or even your farm equipment, we will make it sparkle like new again. We know how hard you work and your vehicle deserves that same care at Purple Rain Detail. We specialize in deep cleaning, polishing, and protecting, so your ride stays looking sharp and ready for the road or the field. Message us today to book your appointment and see why everyone's talking about the Purple Rain Detail shine.
At Landry Family and Orthodontic Dentistry, Doc Cindy and her team provide a range of dental services, including orthodontic treatment, cosmetic, and general dentistry. Landry Dentistry is a staple in the East Poinsett County community and a longtime supporter of the EPC Warriors. Located in Lepanto, Arkansas, give Landry Family and Orthodontic Dentistry a call for all your dental needs. Thanks, Doc Cindy, of your support of the EPC Warriors.
Get ready for action. Glen Sane, Empower, NEA Sports, Temple Baptist Church, and KJNB are excited to present the 2025 Northeast Arkansas Basketball Media Day. Wednesday, November 12th. Experience it firsthand as we sit down with players and coaches to preview the upcoming season. It all happens live. You don't want to miss it. Wednesday, November 12th. Go to the KJNB Facebook page to catch the 2025 Northeast Arkansas Basketball Media Day event live. KJNB, this is home.
Northeast Arkansas, it's almost time to tip it off. The 2025 NEA Sports Tip-Off Classic hits the court Saturday, November 15th at Nettleton High School in Jonesboro. 5 huge games, 1 action-packed day. Heber Springs versus Valley View at noon. Paragould versus Riverside. Greene County Tech versus Ridgefield Christian. Searcy versus West Side. And the primetime showdown, Brooklyn versus Nettleton. Can't make it in person? Catch every game live streamed on the NEA Sports Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss the 2025 NEA Sports Tip-Off Classic.
We have returned to Lepanto, Arkansas. And Randy, this EPC team, a team that has made it to Little Rock the last 2 years, has come up just a little bit short in each of those games. It's just going to really – I will find it hard to believe that there's a team out there in 2A that's better than them, and I would really argue that they could move up into a couple other classifications and have a great deal of success.
You brought up a good point. I mean, we know about the skill players,
right,
but they're so good up front. That's what kind of separates them.
There is a long kick that is deep, but it's going to be returned here by Quincy Perry. Perry is going to be brought out of bounds And who was that kicked off? Did you notice that,
I
Randy?
did
He
not.
was a big boy. Big boy.
I did not.
Maybe number 55. Is that Jacorius Anderson? Man,
Well,
he was big.
You know, it's going to be important for EPC in this half just because of the number of players that both teams. I mean, you're going to have to play a lot of the guys that you come in with, that they get out of here without any penalties. And I'm sure Coach Powell has talked about it because, you know, you get an ejection here in this game, and it influences the first round of the playoffs.
Well, I would expect a pretty conservative approach certainly from the Warriors here. They're going to run right there, not much room to run, and it's going to be second down as this clock will run this entire half as the running what is the technical
sportsmanship
term?
rule.
Okay, there you go.
Sportsmanship rule. Yep. Well, you know, kind of looking back at the first half, I mean, D. Buchanan had 6 carries for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Jacob Gaines had 10 carries for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, you know, they worked a lot with a short field, but golly, the 1-2 punch, and you know, you throw in the passing game, and they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
Well, Quincy Perry is a very, very good receiver that they've got out there. He's had a couple of catches tonight. They've mixed some other guys in there, and I'm going to let you try to pronounce the name again because you've got
it's
number 22.
Chris Cefacanos.
There you go.
Made the big catch for 38 yards. It set him up for a score, and
Devin McGee had the 48-yard touchdown catch. So a lot of different guys doing some really good things.
Yeah, and you see, you know, A.J. Johnson on defense and you know, just the way he's come up from the safety position and made a bunch of plays. And you know that, you know, even in the at the slot position as a receiver, that he's got to be a weapon on offense as well.
Looking for a deep pass down the field, and it is. I think it's incomplete. It is, and got maybe a little bit turned around right there. And the quarterback on the throw that time was Quincy Perry.
Yeah, and you know, you see him, you know, take that boot action and get outside the pocket. At first, I was thinking, well, he's about to scramble, and
I think he could have ran it a long way.
I think you're right. But, you know, when it's almost like those guys that get in late in a basketball game and they're infatuated with the three-point line.
Yeah.
You know, he probably saw, you know, and obviously, you know, Chris had made a big catch earlier in the game. He put it up. And here's the deal. We talked about it at one point. You know, if he leaves that ball short and in bounds, it could be pass interference. So
yeah. All right, we have a flag thrown. Delay of game.
It's delay of game, and you know, that's one of those that Coach Powell's like, okay, they're wanting to run as much clock as possible. Clock's not going to stop while they enforce the penalty, so you know, just more time off the clock and getting to the house is key right now.
And that punt is not going to go very far. It's going to land at the 47-yard line, and Mark Tree has a chance here to put some points on the board with a short field to work with.
And you know, it'll be fun to watch. You know, P.J. Powell, we saw a lot from him in the first half, sophomore quarterback, and you mentioned, you know, some other, you know, underclassmen at skill positions. So you know, Mark Tree could really use this second half, you know, not only to springboard them into basketball season, but you know, put some good stuff on film for next year and give Coach Dunn something to look forward to as he you know, moves into the, you know, the 2026 season.
High snap. They hand it off to, is that Palmore?
Yeah, Jalen Palmore out there with a good 7-yard run. And you know, P.J. Powell does a good job of fielding that high snap and getting it down and getting the handoff. You know, just you know, I've said this over and over. I'm really, really impressed with P.J. Powell. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Back out of the gun, twin receivers. to the far side of the field. They go with a quick pass over to that side, and he is knocked down hard. A gain of maybe 2 or 3. And it's going to be 3rd down and short.
And early in the game, Mark Tree came out, found some openings downfield, but were unable to connect, and they've come back frequently to the screen passes and the hitches and the short passing game and found some success with that. So
Powell looks, and he's going to scramble. Now he's got open field, and he's fumbled the football. Luckily for him, though, his teammate falls on it, and that's going to result in a 1st down for the Indians.
Yeah, and when you got a young player out there, and he's taking it from a position of I've got the ball ready to throw it to tucking it. He just didn't get it tucked away before it fell out, and great escape. Good getting downfield, just work on the ball security and
oh
forward.
boy,
man.
Snap that's going over the quarterback's head. He wisely falls on it, and he's not the guy on the recovery. The ball still, a claim, is loose. No, they're going to say it's down as they blow a whistle.
And I bet, the whistle blew, and they marked him down. And one thing. And these are little things, and I know I'm, preaching on P.J. Powell here, but when the ball was snapped over his head and he's going back to return it, he peeked back around over his shoulder just to see how close the defenders were, trying to determine, do I have time to pick it up or fall on it? And he had to fall on it, but just good heads-up play by him.
He is in trouble now, and he is going to be sacked for a big-time loss of what appears to be close to 15 yards. It's going to make it 3rd down and a country mile.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Mark Tree, it's just one of those nights where nothing's going right. The little bit of a high snap again, he has to go up to get it, and then can't find a receiver, and then the pressure just was too much, and he had to take the sack.
We talked about coming into this game tonight, it would be a challenge for Mark Tree, especially with the bad news that they got in regard this week to the ineligible player and the forfeiture of games. And apparently Earl has fallen victim to that same scenario as they are going to forfeit some games as well. That's a nice cutback on a play, and he's drugged forward to the 50, still short of the 1st down, however. It'll be 4th down. It was 3rd and 37, and now I think, Randy, it's about 4th and 10?
Yeah, no, 4th and 20.
Oh, my bad. I'm seeing the original marker.
4th and 20, but again, just the little quick screen, they found, some things that work, and obviously Mark Tree is never going to be short on talent. And, unfortunately that, number one right there, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
So, you got some time to work with these guys and, get them ready for varsity action down the line.
Al's going to throw it deep. He's got a man open, caught, and touchdown. How about that? What a pass of 50 yards by Powell. And here's a replay look at it as well.
Yeah, nice throw right there. And again, that is freshman Demarion White.
How about that?
Who moves up, and we see that, the future's bright at Mark Tree.
Oh, no
really
doubt.
Is.
Better days are certainly ahead and for these guys, and they'll go for 2 right here. Make it a 35-8 ball game, and I admire their fight, not choosing to just give up here, and great pass and catch.
Yeah,
high
no
snap.
doubt.
And I don't think he's going to make it in. It's going to be denied. It's 35-6. We'll take a commercial break and be back here in just a moment.
Hart's Home Care Providers and the Teague Law Firm are 2 local businesses in Mark Tree that are proud supporters of the Mark Tree Indians, EPC Warriors, and one of Arkansas's top rivalries. Each business wishes the student athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Lepanto Crop Service, Murray and D. Henderson are here for your crop dusting needs, serving Poinsett County, Mississippi County, along with the other surrounding counties in northeast Arkansas. Call 870-531-2223. Lepanto Crop Service. Good luck in tonight's game. Honest work, reliable service, and local roots. That's B&A Forestry. Need dirt work done right? We have you covered. Give owners Bear and April Lacefield a call at 870-514-0174. B&A Forestry. Emory Ag is a proud supporter of tonight's sports broadcast. Located in Caraway, Arkansas, Emory Ag is here for all your crop input needs. Give Travis Emory a call at 870-919-5089. Emory Ag, supporting local farmers.
Coming back just a little bit late right there. Return for EPC to the 45-yard line. So clock continues to run here in the third quarter, and this is going to be a very short second half. Randy, I want to bring this up one more time. I was trying to make a point earlier, and we kind of got lost in conversation about better days being ahead for Mark Tree and these young, really good. You got the two white kids, freshman and sophomore, Demarion and Dontavis, and then Powell at quarterback. Unfortunate what happened with the player. One thing I want to say, though, I know Matt Wright enough, the superintendent at Mark Tree, to know he is a really, really good person. He's a good man, and I know if there's anybody, a leader for that school that hates what has happened, he certainly does. I've not talked to him about it. I'm not going to. But my point is he loves his kids at that school, and he's the right guy that they've got there running that job at Mark Tree, and they're going to be just fine, and they've got, as we mentioned, some really good football days.
Well, they've got a history of success too, not only in football but basketball and all athletics.
No doubt. All right, we are at the end of the quarter. It's 35-6. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Ask someone about their favorite show, there's a good chance it's on CBS or Fox, two of the most popular networks in the country. When you ask someone where they go for local news and information, they usually say Northeast Arkansas News. When you ask someone how they grew their business, they'll probably tell you they advertise with KJNB. When you add it all up, top-rated networks, local focus, and dynamic advertising, you get more than just a TV station. You'll get a hometown friend. KJNB. This is who we are. This is home.
Our journey began way back in 1891 with a group of folks who believed that this community deserved a local bank. Well, it's been over 130 years, and we're still the only true community bank in Northeast Arkansas. Our core beliefs in supporting the places that we call home hasn't changed, and it never will. We care about you. We care about our communities, because every journey matters.
Back here in Lepanto, a Thursday night rivalry matchup, battle for the Tomahawk Trophy, and it looks like there's a fumble, and I believe Mark Tree has it and will recover it, and they're going to get the football right back here at the EPC 44-yard line. So.
Yeah, and just the exchange wasn't clean right there, so never got a hold of it. You don't know where, if that was the quarterback or running back, but Mark Tree does a good job scooping it up, covering it. Now they're in good field position. Now let's get those young pups back out there and get some more good film on tape.
No doubt. Well, if I'm those guys, I'm going to take some shots, try and get some more points on the board. 50 years from now, they look back at the score and it says, 35-13 looks better than 35-6. So.
Well, and I don't, I apologize to
down the sideline, and that is a huge offensive burst right there for Jalen Palmore, who's had a couple of good carries tonight.
Yeah, he really has, and
Palmore, excuse me.
And I'm just saying I don't know, and I apologize for not knowing Demarion White. how many games he's played on the varsity team this year, but you know, if tonight was the first touchdown, you know, as a freshman in a senior high football game, you know, when he's telling that story someday, he ain't talking about the score
and the fact that who he did it against.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, that's probably means as much as anything.
There's no doubt, and it could be, you know, one of those situations where, you know, let's hope for the best, and EPC goes on to win a state championship, and you know, he could say, you know, my first score came against state champion EPC Warriors.
Second and 5, balls at the 8. Under 10 minutes left to play in this game. High snap again. And that's going to be a small, minimal gain right there. I'll tell you one thing that you'd like to see improve. So many high snaps tonight. And I don't know, the center may be a very, very young player on this team.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
You know, it's you know, from a guy that coached, you know, the shotgun for all, you know, majority of the years that I was a coach, that is the key part of an offensive football play.
Well, there you go. There's a touchdown, and it's Palmore for 6 with 9:05 to play. It is 35-12 now. EPC still on top, but Mark Tree is still fighting.
Yeah, and you know, listen, I bet a lot of these guys are basketball players for Mark Tree. You know, any success you have on, you know, any athletic team, you know, tends to spill over into the next season, and that might not be just, you know, the next football season, maybe basketball season. So
that pass is going to be incomplete, and that will send it to another break here on the NEA Sports Network.
Landry Family and Orthodontic Dentistry. Doc Cindy and her team provide a range of dental services, including orthodontic treatment, cosmetic, and general dentistry. Landry Dentistry is a staple in the East Poinsett County community and a longtime supporter of the EPC Warriors. Located in Lepanto, Arkansas, give Landry Family and Orthodontic Dentistry a call for all your dental needs. Thanks, Doc Cindy, of your support of the EPC Warriors.
Get ready for action. Glen Sane, Empower, NEA Sports, Temple Baptist Church, and KJNB are excited to present the 2025 Northeast Arkansas Basketball Media Day. Wednesday, November 12th. Experience it firsthand as we sit down with players and coaches to preview the upcoming season. It all happens live. You don't want to miss it. Wednesday, November 12th. Go to the KJNB Facebook page to catch the 2025 Northeast Arkansas Basketball Media Day event live. KJNB, this is home.
We are back here, and Randy, you know, this isn't the only game on Thursday night. Of course, it's the premier matchup, most would say, based on just it being the rivalry, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds close to the 30. It'll be at the 29, but Cross County is playing tonight. They are playing Earl, game within this 2A3 conference. And then Highland and Pocahontas going at it tonight as well.
And you know, these are early scores in the second quarter. Highland's winning 27-7 against Pocahontas, and Cross County is leading Earl 40-16. So still, you know, in Highland, if they win, they'll be the 4 seed out of that conference, and Pocahontas will be on the outside looking in.
I'm going to tell you this, too. Cross County is a really good football team. They are having a great year. They've had great success, and they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs as well.
Ain't no doubt. I mean, you got the #1 recruit in the state for sure, and you know, I know somebody that, you know, it's going to hinge a lot upon, as an Oklahoma State commit, who the next head coach at Oklahoma State is to possibly secure that recruiter. He opens up his recruitment again, and, you know, and he'd be a big get for a lot of schools.
No doubt about that. 2nd down and 5 yards, and we're at the 5-minute 45-second mark to go in this game. EPC taking as much time as they can off the clock. Here comes, they go handoff, and that's going to result in a big-time play. Here we go, down to the 40, the 35, and finally drug out of bounds at the 24-yard line, and that's Kevon James.
And look at, we got a penalty in the backfield, but that doesn't, trump the fact that that's a great play by Kevon James, who is a freshman. And then, we look at his roster and A.J. Johnson, who we've talked about a lot tonight's a sophomore.
Yeah, he
so,
is.
Infraction against the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
But there's definitely some good-looking players coming back for EPC.
I mean, traditionally, this school is just known for football and basketball.
They've had a couple good players come through, haven't they?
They definitely have. I mean, they've had the 2 Monks and a Madden, and of course the Gaines family. Dennis is playing college football right now as well, and there's plenty of others that I'm leaving out, but it's just a talent pool down here. Cut back up the middle, and how about that? A nice run. A gain of 20.
Well, he Kevon James right there just says, you take away a run, okay, I'm going to go get me another one. So just impressive inside move right there. And then when he got to the second level on the linebackers, he makes a juke and accelerates. You see, a lot of good athleticism right there by that freshman.
Now, while Coach Powell and the EPC Warriors will be proud to win this rivalry game and take home that keep it here on campus, the Tomahawk Trophy, the biggest thing tonight, they are outright conference champions with a win tonight. They had already secured home field advantage. There's a fumble, and it's going to be recovered, I believe, by the Indians.
Yeah, it looks like the second guy through there, I didn't get a number on it, was picked up by the Indians, and yep. Another,
bad exchange.
Exchange, yep.
But I say all that to say, winning this conference, they've got the home field advantage all the way to Little Rock as long as they keep winning. And I want to make mention that I've had conversations with superintendent here already and their booster club about coming down and potentially doing a playoff game. And I'm not going to lie to you, Randy, Black Friday – Final Four matchup.
Let's go.
That would be something that I would love to get down here and do, and if they make it, it's going to happen.
Let's go.
All right, and there's another high snap, and I don't know necessarily if Powell didn't take his eyes off it. That's going to be recovered by EPC. A scoop, a score, and the Warriors strike on a fumble return by Cornelius Anderson.
And hey, senior night, that is senior Cornelius Anderson. And you just see the reaction on the sideline, and that's a big thing for him.
That's awesome. That's awesome right there for him, and he was able to just walk it right on in.
Awesome job by that young man.
So it is 41-12.
And look at him as he comes to the sideline. He's getting. You
can see it at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Got an extra point.
And Jeb Holloman right here kicking the extra point.
He's got a lot of points tonight on his own.
Freshman.
Yeah. Up, it is good, and we're going to send it to a quick break and be back here in just a moment.
Hey NEA, this is Purple Rain Detail. Whether it's your daily driver, your truck, or even your farm equipment, we will make it sparkle like new again. We know how hard you work and your vehicle deserves that same care at Purple Rain Detail. We specialize in deep cleaning, polishing, and protecting so your ride stays looking sharp and ready for the road or the field. Message us today to book your appointment and see why everyone's talking about the Purple Rain Detail shine.
Well, they're dancing to the Cotton Eye Joe here at Lepanto. The fans are happy. Coach Harston's headed down to the field to celebrate with his team. Got a nice pat on the back from him, and he's as happy as his players and colleagues down there, and that's going to end this football game. Final score, it is EPC 42, Mark Tree 12, and for sure the third year in a row, at least since we've been calling this game, EPC is going to take the Tomahawk Trophy and win this matchup.
Yeah, and just a great job. I mean, from the jump tonight, early in the game, you know, with back-to-back scores on the first two drives and then turnover and getting a third one, you know, EPC just jumped out on them early and never looked back.
All right, well, Randy, tomorrow night, this is a doubleheader as far as back-to-back nights of coverage that we like to do. And we will be at Hoxie, another big rivalry game, Walnut Ridge at Hoxie. Looking forward to that.
I don't think they like each other.
No,
do they?
they don't. They really don't.
Yep.
Maybe more so than this rivalry right here, from what I understand.
From you know, the urban legends of the past, I think there's a little bit of history there where they do not like each other very well.
So we will be at Hoxie tomorrow night. Pregame starts at 6:40. We'll have the kickoff at 7 o'clock. For our entire crew, for Randy Coleman, I'm Ryan Fletcher saying so long, everybody.